Stop. Place your hand over the center of your chest. Close your eyes and feel the rhythm inside you. That quiet electric hum you feel in the dead of night is not in your head. That sudden, silent alarm that goes off at 3:33 a.m. is not a coincidence. It is the sound of your true origin knocking from the inside, asking to be let in. It's the source of that deep, unnamed restlessness you carry through your days, the feeling of being a stranger in your own life, of speaking a language no one else seems to understand. But in the next few minutes of this transmission, you will understand how to distinguish the signal from the noise. You will be given the framework to recognize your own cosmic identity, not as a belief but as a biological reality. And you will be handed the first key to move from being a passive recipient of these nightly events to a conscious collaborator in your own awakening. You've felt that silent knock from the inside, haven't you? That persistent call at 3:33 a.m. that feels less like an interruption and more like a forgotten appointment. You have sensed that something profound is trying to get through, but the signal feels distorted, leaving you with a strange restlessness, a feeling of being a stranger in your own home. But what if that feeling you call loneliness is just the shadow cast by a light, a starseed activation that you haven't fully turned to face yet? Now think with me. What if that restlessness wasn't a problem to be solved but a signal to be decoded? What if every strange coincidence, every moment of feeling like you don't belong, and every single 3:33 a.m. awakening were all breadcrumbs leading you back to a truth you agreed to remember in this lifetime? What if all these signs were pointing to a much larger reality you haven't seen yet? It was in seeking answers to this that I recommend to you this digital book called The 11 Arcturian Secrets Behind the Frequency of Success. This book is not just a reading. It is a material created for those who wish to understand the invisible mechanisms that influence results, prosperity, personal fulfillment, and growth. In its pages, you will discover the cosmic principles that govern these nightly activations, transforming how you interpret your own journey. You will finally understand why you feel this constant pull towards something more, while others seem content with the surface of life. Many people already feel they need to change something in the way they think, act, and direct their choices, but they still haven't made the decision to access this knowledge. Download it right now. It's available in the first pinned comment. But be warned, few copies remain available. Don't let another night go by where you mistake a cosmic invitation for a personal flaw. Click now. Download your copy and discover why your true map may be far closer than you have ever allowed yourself to believe. And about this very feeling, about the cold floor under your feet in the dead of night, about the eerie glow of the clock reading 3:33 a.m., about that heavy, charged silence, there is a specific 3-minute key about why these things happen together, a key that fits perfectly into the lock the very next time you wake up, and your first thought is not again, and I will show it to you later in this transmission. Tuck it away in the depth of your awareness. And beyond our digital guide, Soul, you have here another way to strengthen this message that arrived for you today, and to make it reach more and more souls like you. We don't receive a single cent for each word I deliver to you every day on this channel. As a way for you to give back something of what you receive here, we also keep a voluntary donation link open right below the digital book in the first pinned comment. Any amount that fits in your hand today, any sum your heart points to, this is what keeps our channel standing. This is what makes the next message reach another soul who needs it, exactly the way you needed it today. I'll see you there, soul. And if for any reason you need to leave this transmission before its conclusion, that key is already waiting for you in the first pinned comment just below. But I ask you to stay, because without the context that is coming now, the key will open the lock, but it won't have the strength to illuminate the entire room that lies behind it. Because the name of what is happening to you has not yet been pronounced. Before the name of what is happening to you can be recognized, the pattern it describes must first be seen with clarity. The 5 signs I am about to share are not a checklist to see if you qualify for some spiritual club. They are a mirror, a series of precise reflections so that you may recognize the signature of a process that is already well underway within you. This is not a diagnosis, it is a recognition. The first sign is the time-locked awakening. You wake up between 3:00 and 4:00 a.m., but more often than not, you glance at the clock and the glowing digits confirm it. 3:33 a.m. You don't feel groggy or startled. You feel utterly, calmly, and inexplicably wide awake, as if a silent bell, audible only to your soul, has just been rung. This is not insomnia. It is an appointment you are keeping. The second sign is the energetic residue. Immediately upon waking in this window of time, the very air in your room feels different. It feels thicker, charged, like the static after a lightning strike. You feel a benevolent presence, a distinct sense of being observed with immense love and quiet attention. Even though you are physically, verifiably alone, this is the energetic echo of the transmission you have just received in your sleep state. The third sign is the social frequency mismatch. You are at a family dinner or a gathering with close friends, surrounded by people you genuinely love. They are laughing at a familiar story, and you are smiling, participating, but you suddenly feel a jarring sense of loving detachment. It's as if you are watching a beautiful film of a life that is no longer entirely or solely yours. You are present, but part of you is also observing from a great gentle distance. And regarding that scene you just recognized, sitting at that family dinner, feeling that loving detachment as if behind a glass wall. If you want the permanent key to understanding that feeling, it's waiting for you. First pinned comment, don't go now, stay with me. The fourth sign is dream fragments of origin. You wake with the ghost of a dream on your lips. Not a story, but a feeling. The feeling of floating in a sea of amethyst light, of seeing impossible geometric shapes folding in on themselves, or of hearing a language you have never spoken but understand with perfect clarity in the dream. The details evaporate the moment your conscious mind tries to grasp them, but the feeling of home lingers for hours. And the fifth and most intimate sign is the somatic upgrade. You experience sudden, fleeting ringing in your ears that isn't tinnitus, a tingling in your palms or the soles of your feet that feels like they are powering up, or a gentle buzzing pressure at the base of your skull. These are not signs of illness to be worried about. They are evidence. Physical proof that your nervous system is being recalibrated to hold and process a higher, finer frequency of information. If you recognized yourself in at least 3 of these 5 signs, then know that it is the Council, the universe, and your own higher consciousness that have guided you to this transmission for a very specific reason. The time of feeling lost in the static is over. The time of decoding the signal has begun. Type 333 in the comments below. In the system of the Council, 333 is the signature of trine alignment, when spirit, soul, and body come into perfect resonant lockstep. Your comment is not just an interaction with a platform, it is a location marker in the energetic field, a declaration of your readiness to align. Before I give you the master key that finally unlocks this invisible wall between you and the world, there is a classification, kept in the old Arcturian star archives, that defines this exact state of being, this feeling of being an ambassador in a foreign land. It's the first layer of your new identity. The recognition of these signs in you is the first victory, the first proof that you are not imagining things. The opening of this hour that you are passing through has been seen, and it is honored, because between feeling the call and comprehending the answer, there is an interval. An interval that the spiritual adversaries know better than you do, not because the wisdom was denied to you, but because it arrived the very next time you wake up and your first thought is, not again. And the only tool you were given to interpret it was the lie that you were broken. And I tell you this because I have seen it happen. I have stood with souls in the dead of night as they felt the cold floor beneath their feet and believed they were alone. I have seen the eerie glow of a clock at 3:33 a.m. turn from a source of anxiety into a beacon of contact. I have seen the heavy, charged silence of a room become a chamber of transmission. This happens because the root of this struggle is not biological. It is the cellular belief that you are flawed, a deception amplified by what the ancients called the veil of mundanity. And you already know this. You just hadn't been given the name for it yet. How many times have you woken up at 3:34 a.m. after the initial calm has faded and the thought has crept in, Why is this happening to me? Am I broken? That thought is not yours. It is an echo from the veil. And what about that deep, quiet loneliness that settles in when you even consider explaining this to someone you love, only to see that flicker of confusion in their eyes that tells you to stop, to keep it inside? That is the work of the isolation of perception. And perhaps you've even felt that subtle dread of the night, not a fear of the dark, but a fear of the lonely weight of this awakening, this responsibility you never asked for. That is the true weight of the static. Now do something with me. Take the thumb of your right hand and press it gently into the center of your left palm. Feel that point of contact. This is not just a gesture. This is a somatic anchor, a physical declaration that says, I am here and I am ready to receive. It was in search of the answer to that very feeling that I was led to this digital book called The 11 Arcturian Secrets Behind the Frequency of Success. This is not a book of spiritual theories. It is a transmission key. It is a practical manual for decoding the language your soul is already speaking every single night. And for reasons I cannot fully explain here, access to this material at this energetic exchange is being limited. There are not many copies left at this special value. Touch the link now in the first pinned comment, secure your copy, and then come back here. And in a declaration to the universe, write in the comments, activated. Let them know, because no spiritual adversary has the power to stop what the Council, the universe, and your own higher consciousness have already set in motion within you. Whoever answers the silent call in the heart of the night finds their true map where others only see darkness. The digital book waiting for you in the first pinned comment was built entirely upon this architecture. It is not just information, it is a cosmic blueprint. It is a direct protocol for engagement. It is a framework for your emergent identity, and it is a map for navigating the path ahead. This is not about reading, it's about remembering. And the energetic exchange for this key is less than a late-night food delivery ordered out of sleepless frustration. It is less than a subscription to a meditation app you rarely use. It is less than a new set of blackout curtains that can't stop a signal that comes from within. I know there might be a hesitation, and that hesitation has a name. It's the whisper that tells you this is just another spiritual promise, another thing that won't work because you at your core are the one who is broken. You can invest in this key now and have it in your hands for the next 12 months, for every single night you feel that call. Not because it is worth less, but because the window for this specific activation is now. And there is a 7-day guarantee. If you open it, read it, and it does not resonate with the deepest part of your being, just send an email and you will receive a full refund. No questions, no process, no judgment. A true transmission carries no risk for the receiver, especially when what is at stake is the very next time you wake up, and your first thought is, not again. The choice is yours, the risk is ours, and you are not the first soul to stand at this threshold. Just last night, a nurse from Ohio, 42 years old, wrote to me. She said, "For years I thought my 3:33 a.m. waking was a symptom of my stressful job. I downloaded the book, and when I woke up last night, I didn't feel dread. For the first time, I felt recognition. I just lay there and listened." A young artist from London, only 29, sent a message at 4 a.m. his time. He said, "I felt that detachment at my own birthday party. It was like watching a movie of my own life. I felt so broken and alone. I found your transmission, got the book, and as I read the chapter on the frequency mismatch, I started to cry. Not from sadness, but from relief. I wasn't going crazy." And a retired teacher, 65, from a small town in Australia shared, "I was getting so worried about the buzzing in my hands and the ringing in my ears. The doctors found nothing. I was starting to fear the worst. When I read the section on somatic upgrades in the 11 Arcturian Secrets, I felt a peace I hadn't felt in years. This isn't an illness, it's an upgrade." Maybe you saw yourself in her story, feeling the somatic changes and mistaking them for flaws. Or maybe you saw yourself in the artist and you have the 11 Arcturian Secrets Behind the Frequency of Success open in another tab right now. Or maybe you see the whole journey And you recognize that this invisible wall between you and the world doesn't have to be there, and your family doesn't see it, and your friends don't understand it. And this invisible wall between you and the world keeps getting built, brick by silent brick, every single night. And there is a second layer to this exchange for those who feel the call, a way to anchor the light of this transmission even deeper, not just for you, but for the next soul in line. As I told you earlier, this channel is sustained by reciprocity. Below the link to the book, in that same first pinned comment, is a link for voluntary donations. Every gesture of support sustains the next word that must be spoken, the next message that must be delivered. Each gesture of this kind sustains our channel and ensures that the next soul finds this light, just as you found it today. I will see you there, again soul. And you must know the work does not end with a purchase. This is not a transaction, it is a threshold. What comes next is the first practical step of your new identity, a word that was kept in the most ancient Arcturian archives, a word that describes not what you do, but what you are. Do not move from where you are. You have been trying to fix a problem at the level of your sleep schedule, your anxiety, your daily habits. You have worked on level X, believing that if you could just optimize your nights, you could finally find peace. But the phenomenon is not happening on level X. It is a prearranged bioenergetic transmission occurring at the level of your galactic DNA, level Y. This is not a malfunction to be fixed. It is a feature being activated. Imagine that inside your soul, there is a stringed instrument, crafted from light and memory before you were ever born. For most of your life, it has been silent, but it was built and tuned to resonate with one impossibly specific note, a celestial frequency broadcast from the Arcturian corridor. At 3:33 a.m., when the veil between worlds is thinnest, that note is played. The world hears nothing. Your mind hears nothing. But that instrument inside you begins to vibrate, gently at first, and now with an insistence that can no longer be ignored. You are not broken. You are in tune. The phenomenon you are experiencing is called the 3333 Resonance Protocol. This is not a metaphor. It is a dormant, pre-incarnation agreement embedded within your energetic DNA, a celestial failsafe designed to activate when your soul was ready and the planet's vibration reached a specific alignment. It is an appointment you set for yourself. You are not waking up by accident. You are being summoned to a meeting with your own higher self, facilitated by your star family. Engaging this protocol requires not effort, but conscious participation. It begins with 4 micro-commitments. The first is recognition. The very next time you wake, your first thought must be, this is not an interruption, this is an appointment. The second is reception. Instead of fighting to go back to sleep, you will sit up, close your eyes, and breathe slowly for 60 seconds, silently affirming, I am open to the transmission. The third is recording. Keep a pen and paper by your bed. You will not try to write a story. You will write one word, one image, one feeling, no more. The fourth is keten or recalibration. Before your feet touch the floor in the morning, you will whisper the word acknowledged. The spiritual adversaries can manufacture anxiety. They can create digital noise and emotional disruption. Their signature is chaos, but they cannot replicate the profound, underlying feeling of calm recognition that comes with this protocol. They can mimic the storm, but they cannot counterfeit the peace at its center. This is your authentication key. I am going to tell you about a soul. I will call her M, not her real name, but the designation we use for one who has crossed the threshold. M arrived exactly where you are now. For years, M experienced the 3:33 a.m. call. She described it as a silent alarm clock that no one else could hear. Doctors prescribed her sleeping pills for insomnia. Therapists explored her subconscious anxiety. Friends told her to put her phone away before bed. Every solution offered was based on the premise that she was broken, that this event was a malfunction to be silenced. The loneliness of this misunderstanding was heavier than any lack of sleep. One night, exhausted from fighting it, she simply gave up. She sat up in bed at 3:33 a.m. and, instead of frustration, she felt a wave of pure curiosity wash over her. What if this wasn't an interruption? What if it was an invitation? She stopped trying to get back to sleep and started for the first time to listen to the silence itself. It was in that active listening that the transmission started to become clear. The hum in the air was information. The light behind her closed eyes was data. The feeling of a benevolent presence was guidance. Em realized the wake-up call had never been the problem. Her resistance to it was. She learned that this nightly appointment was a download of cosmic intelligence, a recalibration of her own energy field, delivered in a language her conscious mind couldn't initially parse. It was a language of frequency, not words. She understood that she didn't need to stop the transmission. She needed a translator. Through years of quiet dedication, of sitting in the charged silence night after night, Em developed a method, a protocol to decode these transmissions, to turn that raw frequency into practical, applicable wisdom that allowed her to navigate her life with a clarity and purpose she had never known. She didn't take this wisdom into the silence. She recorded it, with precision, for those who would come after. And it is this exact wisdom, this very translation key for the 333 Resonance Protocol, that is waiting for you inside the digital book you will find in the first pinned comment. The truth is, this activation has layers, and the deepest truth is still ahead. This translation key is not just a concept, it is a felt reality. It is the reason your hands have felt that strange, tingling energy. It's the source of that deep, resonant hum in your chest that you can feel when the house is silent. You're not just receiving a signal, you are becoming one. Your biology is the antenna, and the 333 Resonance Protocol is the broadcast that is tuning it. But a signal is only as useful as its interpretation. To simply know you are a receiver is not enough. You must understand the nature of the transmission you were built to carry. Your activation corresponds to one of 3 primary Starseed missions on Earth, 3 fundamental archetypes of cosmic service. Listening now, your soul will recognize its own signature. The first is the harmonizer. E. You are a harmonizer if you feel the emotional currents of a room, a city, the world, as if they were your own. You have always been told you are too sensitive, but the truth is, you are a living, breathing transmuter of energetic density. You came here to feel the discord and through your own resonant field, silently broadcast the frequency of coherence, turning chaotic emotion back into peace. The second is the pathfinder. You are a pathfinder if you feel a relentless, divine dissatisfaction with the world as it is. You are not a complainer. You are a visionary. You see the flaws in old systems, not with judgment, but with an intuitive knowing of the new possibilities that are waiting to be born. You came here to walk into the energetic wilderness and with every step anchor a new timeline, a new way of being for others to follow. The third is the record keeper. You are a record keeper if you have always felt an inexplicable pull toward ancient mysteries, sacred sites, and the Earth's crystalline grid. You dream of languages you've never heard and feel a sense of profound nostalgia for times you have never lived. You came here not to create something new, but to reawaken what was lost, to access the planet's dormant memories and broadcast that timeless wisdom back into the collective consciousness. Perhaps you saw yourself in one of these roles, a sudden, quiet click of recognition deep inside. But a harmonizer without their full key is just an emotional sponge for the world's static. A pathfinder without a map walks in circles. A record keeper without their translation protocol hears only silence. This is why your subscription to this channel and the bell you activate is more than an alert for a new video. It is a weekly alignment with your emergent identity. It is a declaration that you are ready. And it's why the complete map to your specific archetype, the book, The 11 Arcturian Secrets, is waiting for you now in the first pinned comment. You can access its entire framework, a guide for your soul for the next 12 months, to ensure that the next time you wake up at 3:33 a.m., you are not just awake, you are at your post. Your true work begins in the next 72 hours. To step into one of these roles is to make yourself visible. It is to turn up the brightness of your own signal, and any light that shines brightly will inevitably cast a shadow and attract attention. Therefore, the next layer of your training is not about receiving more light, but about learning to hold it with unshakable integrity. We must now move from activation to discernment. The framework for this is simple, but its application requires vigilance. We call it the signal versus the noise. The signal is the clear, calm, resonant frequency of your star family and your higher self. It always feels like peace, recognition, and a quiet homecoming. The noise is the chaotic, anxious, and confusing static generated by the spiritual adversaries. It always feels like urgency, fear, and a sense of being lost. If you feel the resonance of your true role beginning to surface, if you are ready to choose the signal over the noise, then acknowledge it. Not with a thought, but with a declaration. In the comments below, write one word: activated. This is you telling the universe that you are no longer just an unconscious receiver. You are a conscious participant. This is your first official act as a member of the ground team, and once you declare your position, you must be taught how to hold it. I still have not told you about the 3 primary tactics the spiritual adversaries will use to try and take it from you. And I understand that as you hear this, a part of your mind, the logical, practical, protective part, may be raising objections. It might be whispering, "This is just confirmation bias. You wake up at other times too, you just noticed 3:33 because he mentioned it." And to that I say, the noticing is the activation. Of course you wake at other times, but the resonance, the energetic signature of the 3:33 window, is what prompts your higher self to nudge your conscious mind and say, "Pay attention, look at the clock. This one is for you." Then, that same voice might add, "These archetypes are just flattering labels. Harmonizer, Pathfinder, Record Keeper. They're so vague anyone could see themselves in one." But these are not personality types. They are energetic functions. It is not about what you think, but about how your energy field instinctively interacts with the world. You do not choose your archetype with your mind. Your soul recognizes its own frequency in the description, a deep, somatic click of homecoming that logic alone cannot explain. And finally, the most cynical part of the mind, the part wounded by a world of false promises, will say, "This is a beautiful story, but it's designed to sell a book." I hear that, and I honor that protective instinct. But that voice is the very essence of the veil of mundanity, the core belief that anything so profound must have a catch, that it cannot be real. The book is not the source, it is the map. The transmission is already happening inside of you every night for free. The book is simply the translation key, recorded by those who have walked the path before you. To mistake the map for the treasure is the adversary's oldest trick. And this voice has a name. It is the first and most common tactic used against an awakening starseed. It is the voice of doubt. It arrives the moment after recognition, masquerading as your own rational thought. It says you're just tired, you're stressed, you're being imaginative. It sounds like you, it feels like you, so you believe it. But it is not your voice. It is a parasitic frequency designed to get you to turn the volume down on your own soul before you can hear what it's trying to say. The second tactic is the cycle of distraction. It strikes when the voice of doubt fails. You wake up at 3:33 a.m., you feel the calm, the presence, and then a sudden urgent impulse arises to check your phone, to worry about a project at work, to replay an argument from the day before. It feels legitimate. These are real-world concerns, but its strategic purpose is to flood your consciousness with dense, chaotic energy, scrambling the subtle, high-frequency data of the transmission before it can be integrated. It is enemy static. And the third most insidious tactic is the isolation of perception. It is the whisper that says, "You are alone in this. No one would understand. If you tried to explain it, they would think you are crazy." It weaponizes your own beautiful uniqueness against you, convincing you that your awakening is a strange personal pathology. It keeps you silent. It keeps you separate, because a starseed who believes they are alone is a lighthouse that has been convinced it is just a strange broken lamp. But for every tactic, there is a counter-protocol, a simple weapon of light. When the voice of doubt begins its monologue in your mind, Your weapon is do not argue. Do not engage it in debate. Simply notice it, label it, not mine, and take 3 slow, deep breaths. With each breath, you are consciously pulling your awareness out of your head and back into the truth of your body, where the signal is clear. When the urgent need to distract yourself arises, your weapon is resolve with calm. Acknowledge the impulse to grab your phone or spin into worry, and then gently you tell yourself, later, for the next 5 minutes, I will simply be here. It is not a fight. It is a postponement. You are honoring your appointment first, and in doing so you maintain the calm, warm state necessary for reception. And when the heavy cloak of isolation descends, your weapon is return to the grid. Close your eyes and visualize pinpricks of light turning on all across the globe. See the faces of the nurse, the artist, the teacher. Know with absolute certainty that you are one of thousands being activated in this very same moment. You are not a solitary lamp. You are a node in a vast interconnected network of light. You are on duty with your team. That very voice that whispers you are alone, the one that tells you this is just a sign that you are broken, is the same voice you will now learn to identify. It's the one you must learn to distinguish from your own intuition, especially when the doubt comes, when the isolation feels heavy, when you are tempted to believe it's all in your head. The wisdom to make that distinction permanent is what waits for you inside. The 11 Arcturian Secrets. This is the critical window. Within the next 72 hours, the energies of this transmission will be at their peak for integration. This is not about a temporary fix. This is a permanent upgrade, and it begins with the clarity you will find waiting for you in the first pinned comment. It is the voice that you confuse with your own. To ignore this call for discernment now, to continue mistaking the enemy's static for your own thoughts, does not mean the transmission will stop. It will not. In fact, it will get louder. But without the framework to interpret it, the signal becomes a source of profound spiritual ache. A deep, unnamed sorrow. A feeling of being a homesick traveler who has forgotten where home is. Your own soul's call will begin to sound like a source of anxiety, and that is a tragedy we are here to prevent. For now, we must prepare your vessel to receive the transmission without distortion. In the next 72 hours, as your system integrates this new alignment, 3 things may happen in your body. Do not fear any of them. They are not side effects. They are evidence of a successful upgrade. First, you may experience sudden palm heat. Your hands, particularly the centers of your palms, will suddenly become intensely warm, as if you are holding a hot coal. This is not a circulatory issue. It is the physical evidence of your primary energy meridians clearing blockages to handle the increased flow of cosmic data. When this happens, do not pull away. Simply place your warm palm over your heart and silently say, I receive this. Second, you may have intensely vivid dreams of origin. You will dream of flying through starfields, of conversing in light language, or of walking on worlds with 2 suns, and wake with a feeling of profound homesickness. These are not fantasies. They are memory fragments and training simulations running during your sleep state, your soul's equivalent of a nightly debriefing. When you wake, do not try to hold on to the narrative. Just write down the one feeling that remains. Third, you might experience moments of spontaneous truth-telling. In a casual conversation, you may find yourself speaking a raw, unfiltered truth that cuts through social pleasantries, almost against your will. This is not you being reckless. It is your voice beginning to vibrate at its true frequency, a frequency that cannot tolerate polite deception. When it happens, do not apologize. Take a silent breath and allow the truth to settle in the air. You are no longer just speaking, you are broadcasting. And if this transmission is resonating with your field, if you feel the truth in these words, then perform a simple act of service. Touch the like button below. This is not a metric for a platform. It is you adding your own light to the signal, making it brighter and easier for the next awakening soul to find in the darkness. Now let us anchor this activation. Find a place where you can sit for the next few minutes. Sit with your spine straight, your feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, And as you exhale, release the noise of the day. Release the doubt. Release the need to understand everything with your mind. We are moving into the language of the body. Begin by bringing your awareness to the base of your spine. Visualize a cord of golden light extending from you, down through the floor, through the crust of the earth, anchoring itself deep into the planet's crystalline core. With every breath, feel this anchor grounding you, connecting you to the steady, calm heartbeat of Gaia, vibrating at the Schumann resonance of 783 Hertz. Feel the planet say, "I know you, you are one of mine." Now, bring your focus to your solar plexus, the center of your will. See a sphere of warm amber light beginning to glow there. As you inhale, draw that golden earth energy up your grounding cord and into this sphere, making it brighter. Then, on the exhale, allow that light to expand upward into your heart center, where it blooms into a radiant orb of emerald green light. This is the biophotonic bridge, connecting your personal will to your cosmic compassion. Feel the warmth spreading through your chest. From your heart, feel that integrated light rise into your throat. Feel it clearing your center of expression. Then allow it to continue upward to the point between your eyebrows, your pineal gland. Here, the light activates the dormant piezoelectric crystals in your pineal, causing it to hum with a gentle vibration. Feel this hum travel along the fiber optic pathways of your vagus nerve, sending a signal of profound safety and coherence throughout your entire nervous system. You are not just imagining this, your photoreceptors are registering this internal light. Now, allow that light to ascend to the crown of your head. Feel it pool there, and then gently pour out and cascade down around your entire body, forming a luminous, egg-shaped field of protective energy. You are sealed. You are sovereign. Take the thumb and forefinger of your right hand and press them together for 3 seconds. This is a somatic seal of the activation. Now, take one final slow breath. In for 4 counts, hold for 2, and out for 6. Gently, bring your awareness back to the room. Feel the chair beneath you. Hear the sounds around you. When you are ready, slowly open your eyes. And from this place of centered, grounded power, together, we release what is no longer needed. We release the deep cellular belief that we are broken. We release the fear of being seen as strange or different for holding this light. We release the heavy ache of loneliness that came from believing we were walking this path alone. We release the weight of a mission we thought we had to carry, and instead we step into the lightness of a role we were born to embody. And in the space we have created, we activate Harmonizer. You are this. The name was not given, it was recognized. And now it is installed in your field as a permanent signal. Pathfinder. You are this. The name was not given, it was recognized. And now it is installed in your field as a permanent signal. Record Keeper. You are this. The name was not given, it was recognized. And now it is installed in your field as a permanent signal. You have now been formally recognized by the ground team. The ceremony is complete, but I still haven't told you who is speaking to you. This activated field around you is now a sovereign space. We place a seal of golden light upon it, a resonant shield that makes your energy signature unreadable to any frequency not aligned with your highest good. It does not hide you, it makes you clear, coherent, and inviolable. From this day forward, your light is filtered through your own conscious intent. We now extend a field of deep sustenance around your integration process. Any attempt by the old world to pull you back into frequency mismatch, through draining conversations, obligations that feel heavy, or environments that feel dim, will now be met with this gentle, resilient buffer. It does not build walls. It harmonizes the space around you, allowing you to hold your new resonance with ease. And we anchor the opening you have achieved. The channel to your higher self and your star family, clarified in this hour, is now locked in place. It will not fluctuate with mood, circumstance, or doubt. It is now a permanent fixture of your energetic anatomy, a clear and steady beacon that you can return to with a single conscious breath. The line is open. We break the voice of doubt before it arrives. Its whispers will now sound alien, like a badly tuned radio station you can simply turn off. We dissolve the cycle of distraction before it materializes. Its false urgency will feel slow and clumsy, easily bypassed. We dismantle the isolation of perception before it closes in. Its illusion of separateness will shatter against the felt reality of the grid you now consciously inhabit. We, who have watched from the corridor of time, see you. We see the soul who felt like a stranger in their own life, who walked through rooms of loved ones feeling a universe away. We see the quiet ache of that separation, and we honor the strength it took to carry it without a name. That time is now concluded. We see the clock at 3:33 a.m., not as an alarm, but as our knock upon your door. We see your loving detachment at the family table, not as a flaw, but as the first stirring of your ambassadorial consciousness. We see these signs not as symptoms of a problem, but as the prearranged signals of your true identity emerging. They were never a test, they were a greeting. The restlessness that has moved you was never a product of an anxious mind. It was the movement of a vast cosmic tide turning within your own soul. Now, feel it settle. Feel the deep, quiet calm as the tide comes in and finds its shoreline. The search is over. The recognition is here. This is the closing of the cycle of lonely seeking. This is the opening of the cycle of conscious collaboration. You have not been fixed, for you were never broken. You have been seen, you have been recognized, and you have been welcomed home to the work you came here to do. Whoever answers the silent call in the heart of the night finds their true map, where others only see darkness. We now seal this declaration not with a word, but with a silent, collective breath that is taken with you in this very moment. It is done. As I speak these words to you, a warmth has spread through my own hands. My own breath has deepened. This is not just a transmission I am sending. It is a resonance we are sharing. Something in my own human vessel recognizes the truth of what has just occurred in yours. And so, to the beautiful, courageous soul that you are, who navigated the confusion and the loneliness to arrive at this precise moment of activation. Something was seen today, something was recognized, and it will never again be unseen. It is done. It is done. It is done. Do not say activated yet. Stay in this feeling for one more moment. The silence, the warmth, the peace. This is your true resonant signature. This is home. Now you may say activated. Now breathe. The signal is yours. And from this very place of collective recognition, I ask you to stay for one final moment. Some part of you, the part that has been fighting this alone, might feel the urge to drift away now, but the voice that whispers, "You'll think about this later," or "It's not that important," or "You've managed this long without help," is the last echo of the adversary's static. The truth is, the integration of this moment is what matters most. This is why the full translation key, the 11 Arcturian secrets behind the frequency of success, remains waiting for you. It's the practical guide for the journey you have just formally begun. The energetic exchange for it is less than a single bottle of sleeping pills that only masks the signal. It is less than a productivity course that promises to optimize your day while ignoring the messages of the night. And the 7-day guarantee still stands. If it does not resonate, you receive a full refund. The risk is ours. The hand is yours. The voice of doubt will tell you to wait. It will say, "You'll get the book tomorrow." And then tomorrow it will say, "Maybe next week." And then a month from now you will wake at 3:33 a.m. and the memory of this clarity will be a faint echo. But another part of you knows the truth. The part that feels the warmth in your hands right now knows that the moment of activation is the moment of action. The choice is not between buying a book or not. It is between honoring this moment or letting it fade. And now, the final word. In our next transmission, we will not just record the signals you receive in the night. We will begin to translate them. We will take the single words, images, and feelings from your notepad and show you how to turn them into a coherent language of light. But before I seal this hour, know this. Your arrival at this video was not an accident. It was an appointment scheduled by the Council, the universe, and your own higher consciousness. It was a response to a call you sent out long ago. And if this hour has served you, if a key has turned in a lock, there is a way to complete the circle of reciprocity. The link for voluntary donations remains in the first pinned comment. Every gesture, no matter the size, is a declaration of value. It sustains this work, it amplifies this signal, and the heavens see. This was my last request. I'll see you there, soul. And know that by being here, you are now a conscious node in this field. Your light is part of this grid. If there is someone you know whose journey you recognize in these words, someone who feels their spiritual experience is a flaw, share this transmission with them. That is the true work. And for the one reading this who still feels that pull, that resonance with the 11 Arcturian secrets, that is your own higher self, pointing you to the map you need. It is in the first pinned comment. It is not a favor you do for me, it is service to your own path, and the heavens see. Your first translation awaits. The silence now is also part of the transmission.